Hottest day of the year, but I wanted to show you my summer house and kitchen arrangement. So the story is, years and years ago, 25 years ago, we bought a second-hand summer house for our children when they were tiny. This is it reworked. The first problem with a child's summer house is the height. They're always too short. So what I've done is I've put the shed on 9-inch breeze blocks, which gives you the additional height so that it's a comfortable height, but it also means that it's not going to rot from underneath. My neighbours gave me some doors, these lovely French doors, hardwood French doors. They came out of their dining room and they just fit absolutely perfectly, and they offer this massive opening. It's insulated, the roof's insulated. I was given a solid oak floor, so the cladding, the internal cladding is the solid oak flooring, and it gives a bit of a quality. It takes it from a shed, a softwood shed, to a hardwood interior. It's vented. We've overwintered it with furniture in. It's vented. It doesn't create condensation. It's got a side window again. That was second-hand, £30. It was white interior, white exterior. I've painted the exterior black just to match the coating on the softwood. Inside, we've got a nice set of lights, little tiny LED lights in the roof. The floor is tiled. The breeze block uprights are tiled, but I've cut some of the tiles out to make some artwork to imply that each tile is an individual tile, not a 4x4 large tile. At the back, we've got a mirror which acts as a window. Years and years ago, I bought a cast iron frame. I never found a use to it. Well, this is the perfect use. When you look in, because it's mirror, it reflects back and makes the room look bigger and more interesting. It's made up of 10 individual mirrors, specifically so that they're all slightly angled, and when you look at it, you don't see a clean image, you see an image that's a bit disjointed, and it adds more character. How it works is, currently it's configured with a 2-seater and a 2-seater bench, 4 people. It'll fit 6 at a push, and it's configured with a table for dining. You can take out the dining table and you can replace the dining table with this little stubby table, which is just enough for 2 drinks and an iPad and a phone. The reasoning for the little shelf is A, to make it more open, but secondly, because we have a third piece of furniture that slots in to make a king-size bed. The whole entire floor plan of this shed turns into an oversized bed, and it's absolutely lovely. You've got your window for ventilation, you've got lots of little lights, and it's just a bit of excitement to sleep in the shed. Got the patio area, bench, and then on this side we've got the cooking facility. So I've made this little, very simple kitchen area, and this piece of granite spent 5 years behind the shed. It was a bedroom piece of furniture with a granite surface and a granite splashback. It's got 2 lockers. We can store away the 2-hob gas burner. We can store away the cushions, etc. And we've then got an old sewing machine, treadle table, and we can put a pizza oven on there. Oh, we also have a chiminea that we put here. We pick up the floor mat and we put a chiminea in here. Oh, there's a tiny weeny pond just for the flow of water pond, a little nature pond. I've avoided putting fish in it, and it's got a solar little tiny pump that just has the water trickling through. It's amazing when you make something like this. It's like a little mini holiday, and when we have guests, we We sit in here of an evening because it's like a little holiday. That's my story of my homemade, cobbled together, low budget summer house stroke bunkhouse stroke chill out zone and low budget kitchen entertaining space.